Hey everyone, it's Cher and I'm here with Share and Tell. So in this video, I want to talk about my 10 tips for new teachers. 10 things that I wish I knew going in. I'm about to go into my 4th year of teaching. I cannot believe it. It went by so fast. But I feel like even though I'm only going into my 4th year, I've picked up so much knowledge in this little bit of time that I feel like a new teacher would so appreciate. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, please, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I'm begging you, don't try to be perfect, okay? You are going to see all the other teachers that have been doing this for a while, and it just looks like they have it all together. Their classroom is so perfect. It's decorated so beautifully. Their kids are so well behaved. They get the kids to line up so nicely. Why can't I do that? Oh my goodness, you're going to beat yourself up all day, every single day. Please don't try to be perfect. It's unattainable. Perfection doesn't exist, so you will always be chasing it. You will always be going after it, and that's unnecessary stress that you're adding to yourself. Don't try to be perfect, okay? And the teachers that you see that look like they got it all together, first of all, they didn't start off that way. They were living the new teacher struggle life, just like you are, just like you will be. And also, they're still struggling. No teacher, I don't care who it is, has it all together, because no 2 days of teaching are exactly the same. And no matter how long you've been doing it, there's always a new challenge, that something you didn't anticipate or think of, that you have to adjust and adapt. So that makes you have to adjust and adapt. So don't ever put that pressure on yourself that you need to be perfect, okay? Number 2, don't break the bank. I know, being new, you're excited. Oh my goodness, I want all these cute little posters and these cute little bins, and I'm gonna have all these cute little sharpeners, and I'm gonna have these cute little pencils, and you feel like you need to swipe, because you're about to go into your brand new teaching job, your first year. Please don't do that, okay? I was fortunate enough that when I went into my classroom, my first year in a classroom, I had so much stuff left behind from the previous teacher that I didn't have to spend a whole bunch of money. But even if I didn't have that, there were so many other ways to get things for cheap or completely for free. You can make your own items. You can ask around. And that doesn't make you a freeloader. That doesn't make you what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word, a moocher, okay? That doesn't make you that. You're using your resources. You're using your sources in a building. And if you can ask a veteran teachers always have plenty of stuff. And a lot of times, depending on the climate of your building, if people know you're new, they'll be more than happy to offer, oh my goodness, let me know what you need. I have this, that, and a third. Most likely, they probably bought a whole bunch of stuff that they never used either. So they'll be more than happy to let you have. They'll be more than happy to let you have certain things. So don't feel like you need to break the bank. Each year, I buy a couple things to start off, but then I try to see how the year is going to go. And then based on that, I'll see I'll see what I actually need to spend money on. And then also, don't be afraid to ask for donations. It's okay to ask parents, hey, this is some of the things that we're going to need this year. We would appreciate some donations. And a lot of parents don't have a problem with that. So please don't feel like you need to break the bank to be this super cool, new, impressive teacher. Number 3, ask for help. It kind of goes with the last one. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't make you look incompetent. One thing about teaching is it is a job that humbles you every single day. I don't care how skilled you are, how educated you are, how experienced you are. This job is a humbling job, okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to approach someone and say, I'm confused. I don't know why these kids don't listen to me. I'm confused. I don't understand the technology. Don't be afraid. I've seen people who were afraid to speak to their administration because they didn't want to look incompetent. They didn't want to look like they didn't know how to do their job. I personally would go to my administration about anything. I feel like, what is your role in my life if I can't come to you and tell you and be honest about my struggles? You should be there to support me and help me out and let me know, okay, well, what can I help you with? Now, number one complaint that a lot of teachers have is that there's not enough support. And that's true. That can be true too, but sometimes, the support is there. We got to go seek it out. And like I said before, a lot of people will be more than happy to help you because they understand the struggle. I know when I was starting out, so many teachers was like, what do you need? What do you need? I mean, one of the teachers, she always was dropping stuff off in my classroom, sending kids over to drop off supplies. Like, I love her. Shout outs to her. She knows who she is. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Number 4, pick and choose what to apply. When I tell you this job, everybody is coming at you with suggestions from every direction. Parents have their opinions, students have their opinions, your colleagues, your administrators, your supervisors, okay? They all have their opinions about what you should and should not be doing in your classroom, okay? Pick and choose. Do not feel that you need to apply every single thing that they say because you're going to go mad. And especially if it's a supervisor who says something, you feel like, oh my God, this is my supervisor. Like, I have to do everything that they say. No, you don't. Sometimes they just make suggestions. Hey, if you can, would you be able to get the kids to do independent reading for 35 minutes? Maybe you have a classroom that's just not going to happen. So instead of 35 minutes, you can only do 20. You can get the kids to read independently for 20 minutes. That's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not a good teacher. It doesn't mean that you're, all of a sudden, you're not, you don't deserve this job. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my bangs are doing today. No. So don't allow, everybody's ideas and opinions to come crashing on you. I know just everybody has something to say about how you run your classroom. Pick and choose. Some of the stuff you're like, you know what, great idea, I'm going to do that. Some of the stuff you're like, you know what, I can't be bothered with that right now. Maybe next week I'll think about it. And that's okay. Pick and choose. Seriously, pick and choose. Number 5, stay away from negativity. Child, when I tell you that people are going to come with so much negative talk, this job is not easy. This job is not easy. This job is not easy. You're going to have a lot of bitter people, and they'll come from many different positions. You'll get your colleagues who are bitter. You'll get the janitors who are bitter. You'll get people are always going to be talking junk about this job. It's not easy, but one thing I try to do is keep away from the negative talk because I already know my negative experiences. I don't need to hear you bad mouthing everybody else too. Now, I'm not trying to say that you can't sit and have a vent session with your colleagues, because we do that too. We sit and we just like, are you serious? This is crazy. What are they talking about? We do that because that's a nice way to just get it out your system and relieve some stress. But at the same time, you don't want to be around those people that all they do is talk about the negative. It's going to bring you down. It's going to make you bitter. You're going to start questioning, like, is this where I should be? You don't want to be around that. That's why I don't sit in the teacher's lounge. I've been not sitting in the teacher's lounge. I don't go to the teacher's lounge. I eat in my classroom. I do have one of my teacher friends that I'm really, really cool with. Every now and then I might sit and chit chat with her and we'll have our lunch together or whatever. Other than that, the negativity, I can't deal with it. The next thing, don't take bad behavior personally. These kids come from every kind of background you can think of. Some of them just don't have that love. They don't have that strong support system at home. And so they come to school and they show out, and you falling for it every second of the day, they just know to keep doing it over and over again because they know they're going to get your attention. And kids will do anything. You'll be shocked at the things that kids do for attention, just to get your energy. They want your energy. And you stopping the whole class. You were in the middle of a lesson, everybody else was engaged, but because of that one kid, you stopped everything for that one kid. You don't understand the kind of power trip you just gave him, okay? He's like, ooh, she stopped the whole class just to address me. Some things, it's where you just ignore. And please don't take it personally. Sometimes it's not you that the kid is lashing out on. Sometimes it's just things going on in their lives and they just don't have the maturity, the emotional maturity to handle certain things. They haven't developed coping skills. And so they act out. I learned about some kids later on, like towards the end of the school year, certain situations about their homes. And I'm like, oh, that's why you were acting like that. got it, you know? So sometimes you just need a little insight, and then you're like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to take this kid personally. Number 7. Wow, that was fast. Build positive relationships with everyone, okay? You say hello to the secretary at the front door. You better say good morning. You say hello to the, not the secretary, the security guard at the front. Then when you go into the office, you say hello to those secretaries. You speak to everybody, okay? I'm not saying be BFFs, but you say hello to everyone. The janitors, the custodians, all those different people, you say hello. Even the lunch ladies, make sure you say hello, because you don't want to like feel like, oh, I'm the teacher, and start being puffed up in the head and feel like, you know, you don't have to speak to everybody. Speak to everyone. I treat everybody in my building as equals. I don't care what your role is. If you're a para in my room, you're a teacher. I don't believe in, oh, I have the higher degree, I have more training, more experience. I don't believe in that. I treat everybody equal. Our responsibilities are different, but why should I, you know, think less of you because I have more education or I make a little bit more money, or like, no, you better speak to everybody in that building, because you never know, just because that's a nice thing to do, but also you never know who could have your back somewhere down the line. So speak to everybody, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It just came out that way. Tip number 8, number 8, okay? Be super duper adaptable. Be ready to switch it up at any second, okay? Because you just don't know. When you walk into your classroom, the building, shoot, you just don't know what's coming at you. You don't know what parent is waiting on you. You don't know what random meeting did somebody just called, what emergency meeting just came up. You don't know. There's been times I've been in my classroom and somebody comes in there like, we need you downstairs. Can you, leave work for the kids? And I'm like, what? I got to come up with something real quick. Sometimes the way you plan your day is just not how it goes. Be prepared to adapt. Be adaptable. Be prepared to switch it up at any second. Technology is not reliable. I remember there was a time we don't have a smart board. We have a clear touch in my school. My clear touch was not working for weeks. Okay. And I used that clear touch for everything. So I had to get really adaptable to still continue on with instruction and be effective in everything. So be prepared to switch it up at any moment, because this job is super unpredictable. Number 9, master one thing at a time. Don't feel like you have to know how to do everything the first day of school. Okay. Just like babies, it takes them a little bit at a time to finally start to be independent and drink their own bottle on their own, crawl, stand, walk, run. Why would you put that, if a baby needs to take that kind of time to master one thing after the other, why would you put that kind of pressure on yourself? Okay, don't do that. You cannot master everything, and that's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. Just take one thing that you want to work on this week or this day, and this is what you're going to work on today. And once you feel confident in it, you move on to the next thing. Then you move on to the next thing. When you try to master everything at once, you're going to go crazy. So please just master one thing at a time. Seriously. Number 10, be balanced. When I tell you, when you're a new teacher, it's so easy for this job to take over your entire life. You will go crazy. You will be losing sleep. You're gonna wake up crazy hours, wake up early in the morning to get certain things done. You're gonna go to bed super late to get certain things done. You're gonna stay at work super late. I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but one time I stayed at work so late. I stayed at work so late my first year in the classroom that the janitor had to, hey, we're about to head out. Mind you, it's after 9:00 p.m. because I was getting paperwork done and all that other stuff. They were knocking on my door for me to leave. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? The janitors are kicking me out? And janitors stay pretty late. So for a janitor to get to the point of like, yo, you gotta go because I'm getting out of here, that was pretty bad. Please be balanced. Don't feel like you need to do every little thing. Set a time to leave and be out. Okay, this is like 50 tips in one, but seriously, maybe I'll just make this be balanced in a whole completely different video. But you must be balanced. you will never get this job perfectly done. It's impossible. They will always be throwing something new at you. So no matter what you think you got under control, it's a lie. It's an illusion. They're going to throw something else at you. So you might as well just put yourself in a state of mind where you are balanced and in control, and don't allow this job to consume your life, because it can. It really, really can. So I'm going to stop here. Oh, wait. I do have a bonus tip. Don't try to be perfect, okay? That was tip number 1, and I had to throw it in here one more time because people like me, okay, need to hear it again. Don't try to be perfect. You will never, ever get this job perfectly done. It will never happen, all right? So if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. I sincerely hope this helps somebody. I wish I would have gotten some of these tips when I was starting out. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, a subscription. You can go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. See you later. Bye.